Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV reaction. Today we have the Black Wolf Stalks again, which is apparently the Emerald Weapon theme. I was clarified on that by Crosslancer, who requested this song, and that's really all I was given, was just the context of that being the title, and the fact that this happens for some Emerald Weapon event thing. I don't play the game, for anyone who's new here, so I don't know any of that stuff. I just listen to the music and give my thoughts on it, so without further ado, let's go! Apparently the Emerald Weapon thing is like a trial in Shadowbringers? Means nothing to me, like I said. It's taking its time on the setup here. Loving that bass line though. It's funky. What kind of tone are they setting with this? Like, I'm kind of lost with this one already. The tone is so different from the other songs I've heard, but I know it's like not part of the same thing either. Need a little chiptune in here, like. It's weird because it sounds cool, but it's such an odd progression. There's a lot going on tonally I'm not sure about. But it's also not like it's bad or anything. It's just like a... Like, what am I supposed to get out of this song? Oh, the big thing's back now. Is that the Emerald Weapon? Must be. Looking at the health bar. I assumed it was something that thing was holding, but that whole thing is the weapon. Again, it's not like this song is bad, I'm just kind of confused at the approach. It's like when your significant other or your mom is trying to, like, tell you some bad news, but also doesn't want to say it outright. She's like, what do you want from me? I don't know. feel like I'm being more quiet than usual because I'm like trying to build up what the context of this track is. I mean, pretty obviously the context is somewhere in front of me right now. But I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, that was different for sure. So again, I'm not entirely sure what to think about this song. Not that it's bad. I want to make sure that that's clear. I think that this is a very interesting composition, but I feel like I am missing something somewhere in this song. I don't even think it's context of the fight or anything. Like, that's kind of the thing I was spoiled with for the other, like, event things where, like, these songs are direct themes related to the character and often just reflecting what their story is and all that. This doesn't really feel like that, which is why I feel confused. Because I feel like this is just a theme that's supposed to sound neat. It has a few changes in it that are like, okay, why there? But also, it's not like they're wrong. It's not like any of them are sour changes or any adjustments to the genre that feel wrong necessarily. They're just bold, which I think is perfectly valid, especially for a character like this that's presumably that giant fucking thing on screen that you're fighting. And it's like, okay, yeah, a few change-ups is probably a good thing to represent something like that. This huge weapon, apparently, that you have to deal with and fight. And there's going to be uncertainty in the song that's going to reflect that. At the same time, the general approach of the track, going from like kind of a more like rock funky approach in the very start. And while it did keep some of that on the back end, it moved towards things like the guitar solo in there and like kind of a more chuggy thing, especially at that one drop about halfway through. And like that was neat, but it's like, why were the singing, like the choir vocals were an interesting choice. I don't think that they, again, don't necessarily fit. I think they do, but it's like, is this supposed to be like gothic alternative? Like I'm trying to like land my finger on a genre that this might not be actually aligning with, and I'm kind of confused what it was supposed to be. I don't know if there is supposed to be one answer to that, though, because of all the changes. They introduce a lot of different things in this song, and again, that's probably to reflect this character that's huge, this weapon that's gigantic, and will have some pressure put on you. It has a move that can sweep you out of the square and kill you. That's pretty fucking impressive. So having a song that has this presence to it, like I can't quite nail it down, does kind of fit. It's just also odd to hear it because, again, I'm so used to these themes that are one-to-one character parallels, and this song just kind of sounds like they needed a boss theme for a big character, and they were like, okay, I can do something, and they just kind of threw this out there. And that's, I think, what's bugging me with this one. It's not that the song is bad. I think all of it makes sense when you get down to the technicalities of the music theory behind it all. But I'm so used to trying to hunt for these little intricacies in the storyline of the character when that might not necessarily exist for this, because I don't know how much there is attached to a weapon that you're fighting. I don't know if there is a personality to that or anything. So I'm kind of lost at just hearing a cool theme that's neat, but there's not much else in it. You know, I'm so used to finding these narrative devices, and I don't really know if there's any of that in this song. It doesn't really feel like there's much going on. It just sounds like something out of like Shin Megami Tensei. Like that's the vibe I'm getting. It's just cool for the sake of sounding cool, and that's a vibe, you know. But I'm so used to the other thing that it's throwing me off that I don't have that. But again, it's solid. I'm just kind of at a loss for what to say here, so I've been running myself in circles, and I really don't think I have much to say, unfortunately. This is going to be strange if more of these themes are what Crosslancer wants me to hear. Not that I'm against it, but now that I'm aware that this exists, I can start looking at things in a different light. These sort of transitional videos where like people stop requesting one style of song or one approach to music in a game, and they start to request something that's different, kind of like going from boss themes to like standard background music for like stages and stuff. That is a completely different like narrative case, and I didn't really know what to expect with this, but now it's pretty evident to me that this might be the direction that these go, where it's not necessarily a giant narrative thing that I have to get into and why each part reflects the character, so much as it is an overview of just a cool song, and I should just listen to it and take it as is and appreciate it for what it is instead of trying to look deeper. And I think that's where I was getting lost here. So that's on me. It's a good song, but I was just stuck on my usual process for something that I don't know if it actually needs that. So I think that's about all I gotta say on this one. Sorry if it was a little bit disappointing. Again, these transitional ones can be a little hit or miss. It depends on how fast my own brain adjusts, but if this is what's gonna be happening going forward, or even if it's not, I'll at least know, you know, like now I know that this is how they also handle boss themes, and it's not going to be the same thing every single time. So that challenges me too. I'm not against it. It's just having to learn that there's that hurdle, that difference, that change up that I need to address as well. So let me know if you have another song you want me to get to from Final Fantasy XIV, or if like Crosslancer did, you want to guarantee that I listen to something, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships where you can force me to listen to something. Doesn't matter what it's from, who it's by, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!